And can't tell how far to go. Where's the beep? There's the beeps, but man, I don't know, it's a guessing game. I wonder how close I really am. Yeah, that's about where I wanted to be. But dang, been nice to see. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So glad each and every one of you can make it. That's right, them dad blame beepers. Beep, beep, beep. Sometimes they work good, sometimes they don't. And I've actually had an instance, and I did not hit it, but there was a light pole in a parking lot, and I was backing into the spot, and it was kind of in between sensors, and it just did not pick up that light pole. So what we're going to be putting in today can be put in this truck, it could be put in the Camaro, it could be put in the Tahoe. Well, I'm not going to put it in the Tahoe because that's currently undecided whether we're going to fix it or sell it, okay? The Camaro, I don't drive that daily. I drive the truck daily because, you know, at any instance, the wife will be with me, or I need to go pick up something or haul something, or I need to haul a trailer. So what I'm going to be putting in is going to go into this vehicle. And, well, let's just go ahead and discuss what it is. It's going to be a backup camera. Because if I turn you around, this is an older vehicle. There's my infotainment center per se. There's no screen. And this has no screen like the other Camaro that I had, which it was useless anyway. It was up here, it was always too bright. There was no adjustment to it or anything. It was just useless. So I'm gonna put it in this. There's no infotainment. Like I said, I'm gonna change this out eventually. It may be next year, it may be this year, I'm not sure. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in a universal backup camera. That's what I'm trying to think of. So I'll be able to use the camera that I'm going to mount with the infotainment center that I'll put in. But the one that I purchased also has a monitor, so you can use it. Now I need to figure out the best place to put it, because if you look out that, unless whatever you're backing up to is 5 foot tall, that's useless. Just is. So what I'll do is I'll look at that, but then I'll glance my side mirrors when I'm backing to make sure my left and right are good, and then once I know I'm good, I'll use that little pitiful thing to get me close. Then I listen to those sorry beeps. So, like I said, that's pretty much useless. The main things I use is my side mirrors. So what I want to do is I want to put this thing to where I'm not having to glance all the way across the truck or windshield or anything. Because if I use that most, I'd put it down here somewhere, either mount it here or mount it up underneath the mirror, okay? But since I don't use that the most, I use these the most. The most not economical, but the most responsible and thought process place would be to mount it right here or right here, because I can still see over it really good, and to go from mirror to there, you see the minimal movement. So let me show you what we're going to put in, and then we'll get to work. So what I did is, I've had this since Black Friday, and the weather just went, and I have nowhere to do anything on the outside of a vehicle per se. So what I did was I did some looking. I looked at all the reviews. Once I found the reviews online on Amazon, you know, you can't really trust those things. So I then went to YouTube and pulled up installation videos and reviews on there with the same exact cameras, and the best one for the money came up repeatedly. Now they have some, and this one will work with a front view camera and a rear view camera. Well, I don't have a really low spot in my truck to where I need a front view camera. The Camaro, yes, I may put one on it whenever I do it, because if I like this one, I'm gonna put it in all my vehicles. With that stated, here's the one. It's pronounced, I don't know. I've heard it Likulu, and I've heard it Likulu. But yeah, there it is. If I can remember, I'll put the link to it on the descriptions down below. Man, I can't talk today. Hope I can get this in and everything. So if you're interested in one, you can get one too. But today's modern cars don't need them. They come with the big screens and all that. But like my vehicles, they don't have it, which I'm glad. I don't want all those sensors. I don't want all those things that go wrong and just cause issues. They take this out of driving, you know. So when you take this out, that's when accidents happen. All you got to do is wait till rush hour in the morning or rush hour in the evening, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let me get you turned around. I'll show you what all is in this. Now, installation for this is supposed to be 30 minutes to an hour, depending on vehicles. It'll take me longer because I got to do the whole recording thing and all that. So just keep in mind, 30 minutes to an hour. It's supposed to be a really simple install, and from all the videos I've watched, it is, okay? The only tools you're going to need is a screwdriver, depending on your license plate, because you got to take the license plate off. And you got to pull out since I'm going to be putting mine to where it comes on with the backup lights, I'll be removing the rear the rear brake light. So I'll get it out here eventually. Just bear with me, guys. So let me get turned around and show you what we got. I'll try not to shake you too bad, but this table's a little wobbly. Like I said, there's the product. I was supposed to have HD lens, night vision, waterproof, easy installation, and perfect perspective. We'll see about all that. We'll see. You open up the package. Of course, it's going to be very well packaged. You know how those overseas companies do on their packing. Their packing is wonderful. First thing up is the instruction manual. Like I said, this can handle 2 cameras, one front and one rear. And we'll go through the instructions here in just a second. Just going to show you what all is in it. Of course, we have the camera, the heart of what we're doing. Got a protective film that you can leave on or take off. Got the cable already installed in the bottom. You can't take it off anyway. Oh, and it has this little shade on it too. You know how the old ones would blur out because of the sun. You're going to be able to see. This has a little sunshade built into it. Now let me get the hardware out. Some of the stuff we'll be using, some of it we won't. Put styrofoam back in it. Alright, now we've got the antenna because this is a wireless. Dropped it down to some water. It rained last night. Weather's been crazy. We was in the highs of right around 20 for 2 weeks, and today it's 72 degrees right now. But it's got an antenna that goes onto the back. I'm not going to put it on just yet. It goes right there because this is a wireless system. If I didn't mention it before, which I don't think I did. So got the antenna. We have the mount. And I wish this was a suction cup mount, but it's actually a sticky type mount. We have the camera with the license plate bracket. We have the power module for inside the truck. And we have the two adapters to get the rear camera mounted and wired in. So let's look at the instructions. Again, here's the instructions. Tells you everything you have. Of course, talking about the cleanability and everything, you know. But what we are interested in is all this good stuff. Power adapter can come plug into the camera or goes and plugs into the monitor, depending on which way you want to do it. But this is testing it before you install it. We're not going to be hardwiring this in, except for the rear backup. So just giving you a quick look at the instructions. And like I stated, all you're going to need is a screwdriver. I mean, you can use a ratchet or whatever. I don't think this one will fit these. Not too big. Yeah. But anyways, all you're going to need is a screwdriver for here and the tail light. I have this plate on here to break up the white, because if you look at it like that, that looks kind of odd. So I have the plate over it. Now, we have to route this wire along with this wire. So that's going to go behind the license plate just like such. Angle it up out of the way to start with. And you have this antenna that you're going to have to do something with. You can go up, lay it to the side, or go down behind the plate, which is what I'm going to do. Because that'll put it in this open area, and it says to keep it away from metallic objects or a lot of metal. So I'm just going to go under it like such, and I'll probably zip tie it to that so it's not rubbing and on the plate, and go with it like that. Matter of fact, let me get the zip tie. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to run it with the cable like that over the top so that it's not rubbing. I'm going to get some tape and wrap it so it keeps it up and out of the way. You can see how I have it taped to the cable going in. So now all I got to do is route that over the top like such. I'll zip tie that in that groove right there, and that'll take care of that. Now let's move on to the tail light. Here's what they give you for the tail lights. They give you, or one tail light, 2 zip ties and 2 T-taps and the wiring. Now you've got one end on the camera that's going to plug into this. And then the wires themselves will go over, across, and up to the tail light. So what we have to do is take that screw out and that screw out, and the tail light will pull straight out. So let's take out the light. I may end up laying something down right here because I don't want to scratch these up. No telling how sturdy Chinese plastic is, because you know it came from China. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the reversing light, tap into the wires, and then put it back in, drop the wire down, put the light back in, connect the wires, and then we'll go inside and we'll be just about done. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, that's very nice. I'm going to lay this. It kind of made me a platform for my brake light to work on, or my light to work on, lay on, because I don't want to scratch it. Like I said, you know how cheap Chinese plastic is. So I'll just do it like that. And that'll hold it for now. Oh well, there's two wires on here. There's a green and a black, so I know that there's actually two blacks. Well, I know that the green is going to be hot, so we got to tap into that. But let's go ahead and tap into the hot. Like I said, I know I'm going to have to run my cable down through here. I'm just going to use the same hole that they used and zip tie to that same wire harness that they used. Now if you look at one of these, you got one that goes straight through and one that doesn't. This will go in the one that the wire for the camera will go in the one that does not go all the way straight through, and then you clamp it down. But it has to go on this also. So what we do, this is the dead side, so that will go in there like that. And then this will go around that wire like so. I want to try to make sure it's as straight as it can be, because I want a good connection. Tell you what, I'm going to undo some of this. I can always tape it back up. Take the bulb out. I can always tape this stuff back up. I got plenty of tape. I got more tape than I got sense. So get rid of the tape, and I'll get the new tape, as you can see, and have it on standby for when I get done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this green wire out of the loom to give me more contact surface. I know why there's two blacks. It's just like wiring a house. You send one downstream to the next light. There we go. Plenty of contact there and plenty of contact there. So now, back to where I was. And I've got a pair of pliers too in case I'm not strong enough to push this in. That's the dead end, so gotta make sure this will open up wide enough for the wire to go in, because this got to go all the way in like so. Then you take your, make sure it doesn't go over on the other side. Take your red wire, stick it all the way in. Take your pliers and mash that down. So now you need to be a contortionist. Once you squeeze that down, make sure the wire doesn't back out. And it is down all the way, so I'm going to lock it in like such. Now I'll just do the black wire same way. Take a look at it, see which end is the dead end. Put the black wire in. Do a nice little tug, make sure it's tight. And there you go. I'm going to take a little bit of tape, like I said, and tape these wires back up. I'm going to put a bend in the smaller wires because they're smaller gauge, and I want to make sure that they don't tug down on it and pull out of the T-taps. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to tape the two T-taps together. And then I'll tape that to the wire loom. Now we leave everything as is. Come under here because we want to make sure that this works before we tighten everything up. Plug this in. Waterproof connection or watertight connection, and go inside the truck. We'll go ahead and put the antenna on it, and I'm hoping I could put it here. I don't know if I can or not. I'm gonna try it sideways behind it to start with, see if it works. I'm gonna tighten it down so I can move it if I need to, but I'm hoping I could put it right there. And I said this was a sticky back. Actually, it's not a sticky back. It's just got a clean protector on it. Get everything out. It actually has a button right there that you can press to make sure all the pressure is relieved out of it. But it is like a GoPro suction cup mount. So, let's see, that's gotta go like that. One thing at a time. Yeah, one thing at a time. Just goes inside of it. Got 4 little feet. Press it up and it snaps. And it snaps in good and tight too, guys. So, and then this goes over this, and then it screws into that, and you have your mount. I'm hoping to put it right there. Yep, right there. Turn the antenna that way. That cord can, yeah, that should work. Let's plug it in. Got my cord over here. No lighter down there. That's just a USB, but that's okay. I'm not going to be using it anyway. And as you can see, well, as you can't see, here's my lighter. That's a USB port. At least they went that modern. Plugs in the cigarette lighter. I don't have it plugged in. You push the button, turns red, so you know it has power. I just want to see if it's going to connect. Plug it in, plug a 2 in, the power going from there to the camera. Right? Power on. Should not anything come up. Just a welcome screen with the backup lines, and that will go away. You can set it up to where that's not on. Say it went away already. That lets you know it's armed. Now let's turn on the truck. And I'm going to put it in reverse. Let's see if it comes on. There we go. Of course, we'll have to flip the image. But look at the picture on that. Let me go in and we'll figure out how to flip that image. It's actually pretty quick too. See how long it takes for the grid lines to go off. Not long at all. Alright, let's see if it's going to have enough room. Yeah, it's got plenty of room, but I don't want it to be pulling and disconnect. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. It's just a protector, like I said, so that the surface stays sticky. Even though it's not really sticky, it's not dirty is what I mean to say. Figure out exactly where I want to put it. Alright, let's see, it says menu button, that's the middle one. That's the grid lines. Alright, so what we want to do is flip. Press mirror flip. Get you up here so you can see it. Oh, I use this. Mirror flip. Menu. So we want to try this. Normal. That's it, normal. That's where I want to be. Now I can see what I'm looking at. I want in the middle. Go to W, which is the width. And I want it to be pretty much straight like that. But I do want them down just a little bit. So yeah, something like that. That looks really good. And that's all there is to setting it up, guys. Now, when I put it in park, it should cut off. Yep, no signal. And then after a couple seconds, that should go away. Now, depending on your vehicle, you may need to turn that on or off. Because when I switch mine on, my truck will stay engaged for 5 minutes. In other words, I have power where I can sit here and listen to the radio and everything. I don't know if that will go off. I don't think it will. I think that stays hot at all times. So let me open the door and that will automatically put it in sleep mode. See, the clock went off, but the light did not. I don't know how much power this will drain. So for me, I'm going to turn it off when I'm not driving the truck. That's just me. But that's all there is to it. Now we put the taillight back in, pull that screen off, and we are good to go. All right, let's see if we can see how this looks at night. Turn off my headlights. Put this pedal in reverse, see if they come on. Nope, gotta be running. That is very good. I mean, we're talking in pitch black. That is very good. Like I said, guys, it is super, super easy to do this. The hardest part is taking the tail light out, and that's it, because the rest of it is simple. Just plug and play and a couple screws. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to crawl back here and I'm going to take that cable that's hanging down from the tail light, and I'm going to bundle it up, and I'm going to zip tie it with the provided zip ties to the factory wiring harness that goes over to my backup lights and everything, because that's where it goes, is from there over to the tag lights is what I'm trying to say, not backup lights. Put the tail light back in and we're done. So with that stated, I'll try to remember to put the link down below where I got this. It was on Amazon. Got it on Black Friday sale. It's one of the highest rated cameras on Amazon, so you may too want one. I'm gonna get another one for my Camaro, and if I keep the Tahoe, I'll put one on it too, because like that's a pain in the butt trying to see and trying to back in. So with that stated, get out there and enjoy those rides. You're paying for them, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.